What were you like in high school?
I think high school I started to like kind of question, not just like authority, but I started to like question a lot about like how I was being educated, why I was being educated. I started to learn more about like the histories of people that I hadn't been learning about, and I was like, oh, like I need to push back a little bit. So yeah, in high school I definitely became more of myself. In high school is when I really realized like, oh, like I don't just want to kind of be like someone that people are like, I don't just want to be someone who has like knowledge being deposited into them. I actually want to like think, like I want to be educated, so.
So do you feel like when you teach now, do you feel like you see the high school version of yourself in a lot of your kids?
Yeah, that's such a great question. Yes, I feel like I do see the high school version of myself in a lot of students. I think the majority of students though, like are kind of past that. They're like, like I kind of like I have a voice, I have a say in like the way I'm being educated. And when I do see the high school version of me in students, I do try to push back and like really emphasize the importance of like being a part of your educational journey or like a part of like the learning process. And on the first day of classes, I always tell students like I'm like a facilitator of like learning, and yes, I'm the adult in the room, so I make sure that things go the way they're supposed to. But really, like, I can't do the learning and the education thing without, you know, some sort of like partnership, like a learning partnership.
What made you decide to go into teaching to begin with? Like, why did you make that decision?
I always loved teaching and like educating. I've always loved reading, writing. I used to tutor, I used to teach Sunday school. And when I was younger, I told my parents I wanted to be a teacher and they said no. But because like my family immigrated to the US in like 2000. So they were like, no, like that's not why we came here. But then as I was in college, I took an orientation to education class and I like fell in love. I was like, this is what I need to do. Like this is where I need to be. So.
She's very energetic. She cares a lot about us and just has a positive attitude towards us students. She lets us express ourselves and I don't really feel judged when talking to her. She's kind of like somebody you can relate to.
I've known her for a lot longer as like a advisor than I have as a student. I'm a part of the BSU, so I've always like seen her around and stuff, and I've always loved her personality, and I knew that coming into her classroom it would be even better and more amplified. And she's one of those teachers that makes it really easy to engage in the content and just connect with, so I couldn't be like more happy to have her as my first class every morning.
In Miss Gyekye's African American Studies class. I've known Miss Gyekye since I was a sophomore and I'm a senior now, and she's always been super nice and like welcoming to students, and she's just the best. She is always open to listening to like students' opinions and ideas, and I think that's super awesome.